we're finally recording another Thronebreaker. Huzzah!
I've come to the conclusion your Elder-in-Chief is not fond of guests.
Fond? That's near the quarter of it. He hates them, with seething passion. But you're damned lucky.
Why's that?
Let you in, didn't he? Mahakam was cordoned off completely from the outside world for many a long year. Clans finally forced Bruver to at least let in peddlers and emissaries. Though he dragged his feet as long as he could.
There you go. So there's a bridge. But it's destroyed.
Quiet, wench! Or you'll scare the fish off. Crevens! Trout was already nipping at the bait. Duval shice! Duval shice! Duval shice!
You done called me a wench. During the bonus dwarven miners trapped beneath the ice sheet. Like swallowed by the river, it's too late for them now. The crypt miners recoverable. Though bear in mind, should any fall in, they'd freeze to death in the blink of an eye. Okay, so look at the cost benefits here. There's a thing. There's a trinket piece, which is obviously worth sacrificing 2 soldiers for. There's 150 gold, which is worth sacrificing 2 soldiers for. There's 100 lumber, which could be worth sacrificing 2 soldiers for. But yeah, the best thing is we don't lose morale. Honestly, the game makes those stupid decisions like, oh yeah, you could lose 2 soldiers. Soldiers don't really matter though. I mean, I'm gonna go over this just in case everyone forgot. But yeah, you can get that, which gives you 2 recruits after every battle. Which basically means we didn't lose 2 soldiers. There's other things we could possibly want. Like, what was it? I was thinking of maybe that. Or maybe that. Ooh, Banter, that's pretty freaking expensive. Damage here by 5 if it's on row with 5 damage on it. And that would be good for when we hit those fire units. And layering cavalry, play a copy of this unit from your deck. I'm not sure how beneficial that is. And that's only if you use loyal. That means you'd have to have a few of those in your deck. Which means they could start just being, what is a 12? But I do sort of want to work down this path to get that. So what we have for command tent. We could decrease the gold amount of creating units by 25%. Thing is, we don't really create units that often, honestly. I mean, let's go to a command tent. So remember we had to toss in, I forget about pitfall traps and something else, just to make it viable for Matt's thing. But I'm gonna remind you. Okay, I was going to, recruit, but if we can. So then it's like, yeah, it mostly costs us resources. I mean, we're not really losing men. Like, I mean, if we were sacrificing by tens, dozens, then maybe it'd be worth considering, but it's like, oh, you're gonna lose two. Do you not want to do this? It's like, of course you want to do it. There's no reason not to. Like, literally, there's no reason not to just sacrifice them, because gold and lumber are worth more than their lives, sadly. I mean, that's the morality of this system. Gold and lumber are worth more than your soldiers' lives. So anyway, Elder Hugh once instructed Secretary Grover, prepare a list of all the cave captains and growers of our hack. Then, if we learn why such information become a priority for their chief, perhaps we will need the record for a highly secretive task. Or perhaps he had simply fallen to a salary, which would bring the secretary down with him. In any case, the census of martyrs of underground kills was never complete, for Roma had disappeared without a trace. I never discovered his true fate, yet the bones that continue to pile up again with Duchess at the fresh road of Markham's darkest caves have well enough to spark one's imagination. Oh, it's just a standard battle. Nothing to worry about, just throw things at until it dies. Not just in case you forgot how standard battles work. You win 2 out of 3 and you're good. That's a lot of arc list. I don't think I need that many arc list. I have all this stuff. Do I play 2 blitzings? Oh yeah, I changed out my one thing, didn't I? 'Cause I mean, healing units is fine and all. Oh yeah, I can still heal my units. What was it? Oh yeah, I was doing damage done by yourself. Okay, so we're going to replace an arc list with. Could be useful. Can we get our pikeman? No pikeman. Okay, we're using pike thrust right after that. So what do I want to play? Could play a pitfall trap. And you want pikeman.
My spirit's willing and how, but these damn boots are killing me.
Bad. Problem with the gas so far.
Again and again and
Yeah,
again.
there were situations where it plays a card that has a benefit, like, oh well, when you deploy, you can apply fire to like an enemy realm. Problem though is it just deploys, and you don't get to use it. That's the problem with the gas fragment. It's that random card draw. It would be a bit overpowered. That would defeat the purpose of like what? Black Raylan? Which we left behind because, well, we're in a place with dwarves. Dwarves are non-humans. She doesn't really like non-humans. Well, no, technically she tolerates non-humans. She just doesn't like the Scoria-tail. She still doesn't like non-humans though. Anyway, that's... So we have harpies, which spawn harpy eggs, which make more harpies. If you could imagine that. So we could just basically... Oh yeah, let's just play it.
Army's a waste of time for one like me.
And this round's
I'm coming.
Because, yep, all the pipe. Well, my first adventure. Should be playing no longer on the board. I think he's gonna pass. I mean, logic would state he should pass. What do we want back? Question is, if we take back our siphon, could we rebuff him? I don't really know. Like, I still want to take him or him. Can I ever take a bomb? So A1 to sets. Oh, man, we got a field now. Great. Super. Okay, so we're going to do this pretty simple. We're going
Watch your heads!
which I forget if we had to increase chance to set them on fire. I think it's double the chance since it's a bomber plus. Let's see. What do we want to use? Just deploy our strays and throw them around a bit. Let's just
What do you want of me?
oh, hey.
There's a time to reap, a time to sow,
Lost it.
and a time to die.
Okay. So what we can do here is, well, technically,
One bolt's all I need.
armor gets rid of those two.
Ha!
And on the sledge. So, how about we start doing this?
Hey?
Toss. And the block to ate everything.
Ever have a stone knock out one of your teeth?
Toss. Yep. is a snow wolf. How many wolves did we kill or scare out in Witcher 3? Just wandering around. Oh, but it's a snow wolf. I mean, them just random anyway, too. It's only fighting for us, them just before. It's also a dangerous card because, depending on how many snow wolves that he has, it repeats that whenever enough one shoots up. We could heal ourselves. Which one do you think? I thought that was wolves. So what does the royalty create? Well, it says we get to go.
Give me a target.
Well, when you fly.
Aye.
So yeah, we could just play.
Her Majesty knows what she's doing.
I thought I had played Gold Cards. Yeah. It's not like so let's see, what do we have? We have loot. I have a gold chest. Congratulations, you found a dwarven border for Gwent multiplayer game. It doesn't matter because we don't have that. People of the Hills, I order 5 barrels of grilled beef, 4 legs of juniper sausage, 5 sides pork, 10 dozen goose egg, 20 cents fried flour. Payment should go. 20 goods must be tightly packed so as not to attract monsters. We bear no responsibility for accidents. Head of effort to climb Thronebreaker. And they got attracted monsters. So the problem is, well, yeah, we need to scout. Because who knows what horrors away over the hill. I mean, there could be a lot. There could be a kind of high. Why the additional scouts? But I'm not sure how much more that added, but okay. Survival to build anything right now. I mean, I guess I could build that. Or not building that. Can't afford that, can't afford. Perhaps I have to build that to get that. Could build that, but it's like, but then I'd be low on wood. Right. So I guess the only viable thing to build right now would be, that would be nice to have too, but look how much that cost. Well, if we buy this, we could get those. Wow. Those are very expensive wood. I feel better with that. I mean, it's not that helpful, but meh. Perhaps Rama is not unlike an iceberg. Its fire is upon the surface by a tiny fraction of the whole. In order to truly grasp the enormity of the dark well, one must venture beneath the water. First mile along passage compared to chasms and stretch to eternity before long corners can begin to lose our sense of time and space. Line shafts appear identical one after another, as if reflected in the old-fashioned mountain crystal. The depths of Myria. I'm great. It's Moria all over again. They dug too deep. All sorts of puzzle battle. You know how much I love puzzle battles. Use your leader's ability. Look into the eye of your foe. What separates you is but only mirror. Oh well, this is gonna be fun, I'm sure. So what's my ability? Choose a stone, swap with the stones. There's no up. This here cannot be played, so I guess we just use them. Questions, what exactly am I trying to do? Okay, let's think about this. If we're trying to mirror things, it depends how we're trying to mirror things. Like, are we trying to mirror it so it's like that over there and those over like that? Or are we trying to mirror it so it's like these back here, these up here? That's the question. We'll try this method. I think it's where we'll try this. Because there, huzzah, we did it. The problem though is it's like, yeah, let's just restart. Okay. I see what we have to do. Right there. That's good news over here. Now the question is, how is that they were doing this? Are we doing it so it's like over here? Or doing it so it's like completely the same? That is the problem. So, no. And we'll try it like this. totally opposite. Ours, because it's a mirror. So it's like it could be the same as that, or it could be basically mirrored where one side, like, you know, when you look at a reflection, things are on your left or on that side. Anyway, we got a new runestone, which, question is it useful? Damage all enemies by 3. I mean, that's not bad. I mean, where's the other runestone we were using? Wait, what's our runestone? Was it just? It was. Oh yeah, the Living Horn. Boost all enemies by 2 and damages by 2. Which isn't bad. I mean, damage all enemies by 3 isn't bad either. But boosting and damaging comes down to which is actually better. But I think I'm fine. Oh. So, how much lumber is in that pile? 100? 45. I'm just actually going to start becoming an issue with a few things, like our workshops and our power sites. Wait, what? What's this partial madness? Pure madness. Everywhere looks exactly the same. How am I supposed to remember? So many corridors, shafts, and chambers. Have to keep moving, and then what? I don't remember. Treasure? But what kind? Madness. So, human, what are you
The
doing?
dwarves are demanding a pretty sum, but their steel's worthy of any crown.
Okay.
No offense meant, but Rivian blades don't hold a candle to their Mahakaman cousins.
Well, dwarven steel is better than human steel, so...
Their elders just a tad eccentric.
He doesn't like people. Fair enough.
No offense meant. No offense meant.
And you're just entertaining. What's your story? Majesty, human travel. Social service trade map. Says he saw around but got five legend now driven. So return to the mountains. Yes, working God should be followed at something. We shall uncover on turtles. Suppose just go chest. But anyway. Well, yeah, we could just seize it and piss our people off. Or we could just toss we have to go down 5 minutes. I mean, there's no reason not to. So, train a railroad track. Minecart track. Question is, where could that be? Well, could be backlit. Could be. Be back there. Does it just sit here coughing up along, apparently? go back and check. Well, there are railroad tracks, but they're not like what was shown. Apparently, none of those is only alerted on the map. Doesn't necessarily look like there's a place like what was shown. Exactly. I mean, huh. I mean, it could be there. It could be there. Anyway. Stuff. You found Lonely Rock.
Meave noted a crowd of dwarves. They were several dozen, many holding baskets brimming with dried sausages, soft, puffy pretzels, and jugs of frothy beer.
What is this gathering?
She asked Gabor.
These folk, they're the parents of youngsters who are to return today from their Dreckthag.
I could go for a soft, puffy pretzel.
Gabor proceeded to explain that the Dreckthag was a trek upon which the local dwarves would embark when they reached maturity. During this year-long voyage, young folk would taste of life beyond their home. Yet if they failed to return on time, they would be stripped of all rights and privileges accorded to Mahakam's natives.
See, in recent years, young folks' blood's been boiling on account of the strict laws in force here.
Gabor added.
So, we send them out. Let them taste life in the lowlands. Once they've learned for themselves what it's like to live among humans, they come back and ain't likely to complain.
So it's basically like what the Amish do, where they send their children off to go see what it's like living in the English world. Well, the rest of America see how they are and decide to come back after that time or not.
Customarily, only a few dwarves ever decided to remain in the valleys for good. That year, however, was different.
Deadline's the morrow. And 40 Dreckthagers still haven't returned.
Their parents now worried if some misfortune had not befallen them. The Mahakaman Guard had sent out patrols to the near reaches of the valleys. They returned not having seen anything distressing, while the humans living at the foot of the massif had been largely unwilling to talk.
Ah, yes, this one. This is the one where I had issues with.
The guard captain, a dwarf with a fiery red beard, removed his helmet, wiped the sweat from his brow, and addressed Meave.
Your Majesty, we need to find our youth. Perhaps you'd be willing to go out and search. Human folk are more like to tell you if they saw anything out of the ordinary of late. Naturally, there'd be something in it for you too.
Yeah, sure.
One could say I myself have lost a son,
Meave gripped the captain's hand firmly.
and I know well the pain that comes. I shall do all in my might to spare you at least that.
Meave set off, the hopeful gazes of the dwarven parents bidding her farewell.
Take note of that.
The queen sent a scout ahead. Sometime later, she heard his horn. 3 blasts. 2 short, 1 long.
An ambush!
Meave expected to combat beasts or robbers. Yet upon her force descended warriors with squirrel tails attached to their helms. Scoia'tael.
You're starting to see where I had the issue, right? That's why this here is why we left Black Rail behind. Because remember, Black Rail is good against Scoia'tael. But she's not forgiving. Maybe we should prepare for clash against the monsters of Nilfgaard, Scoia'tael, in the high mountains, near the very gates of Marhaka. What did they see? The queen did not know. Yet one conclusion seemed clear, at the very least. They saw her head on a pike. of the place. That was a ways ago. I'm not sure they've been notified. So, standard battle. Oh, and we get pikemen. And we get rendered than that. I'm pretty fine with this. Roll the dice.
Scoia'tael! Don't let them escape!
Down to 5.
Abieth me pars!
Watch your heads!
And then we're gonna roll the dice and see what we get.
I'm coming.
Shit. It's like, well, that's...
Oh, Lyrian lummoxes.
I should have played the pikeman first, so it didn't do that.
Hi-ho!
Because remember, the whole thing about pikemen is you do this.
For Rivia!
Floats off the pikeman. So the draw.
Right! Come on! Who's bust?
They're gonna conflict each other. Great. Well, in that case,
Go, hop, hop.
what do I want to do, though? I sort of want to be able to defeat them, but I don't think they did that much damage on the right. Strong. Oh, anyways, gonna pass. The problem here is well, hell, I don't know what to bring back. Like I have to wait no turn for that, so I'm just gonna bring the water back, I guess. And pass. Oh, so we're getting all 100%. Wow. Don't need you. Pretty fine with that land. Okay, so.
Catch!
And set the road. Also, we're going to damage them with. I'll hold on. I could, but I want to boost units too, so.
Oh, my little lay.
I don't know. It's a quarter, not equal. And
I smell a leak.
How much one are you gonna hit?
Now we will see who is weak! This harvest, we'll be reaping black-clad heads.
All over the place.
I shall not fail!
I could do that, I suppose. Well, let's see what
Thing about slings, they hide well.
Okay, that's 65, 4. That's 4. That will get rid of them. Should fight you.
None shall tread on us!
Army's a waste of time for one like me.
They used tire my tongue about that.
Yeah, but ever not is destroyed. So that basically means that was destroyed. Right, no, that counts as an elf. So when any of my people are destroyed, and when the doors are destroyed.
One bolt's all I need. My spirit's willing and how, but these damn boots are killing me.
I know what to do. Problem knows.
Everything all right?
Don't want you now. I can tend to counter it.
Company! Forward march! There's a time to reap, a time to sow, and a time to die.
Now we must stick together.
This one was a man, but it isn't, so. That works. Problem knows that one's gonna get buffed.
Know if anyone's got any hooch left.
That one's gonna get buffed once we do this. Well, wait. First we'll play this one.
Can't take it anymore.
Got any victuals? Hungry like a wolf, I am.
And I'll go get it first. Just go with him. Okay. Oh, wait, did I only buff him by 2? Oh, we should have 1, so maybe. Oh well. So.
Scoia'tael! Attack!
Destroy the lowest damage unit. Okay, then. Someone's aggressive. Don't say not many may use that. Oh well, buffs.
Never had your kneecaps broken. Ha!
Oh, they're so young. No wonder they were easily manipulated.
So,
as soon as the battle had come to an end, the prisoners were brought before the Queen. All, without exception, were dwarves, and all looked to be youthful dwarves.
Mystery solved,
muttered Meve. In fact, these were the missing Drekthagers. Instead of returning home, they had enlisted with guerrillas fighting for non-human rights. But what had prompted so drastic a decision?
well, we should probably crash.
I was impatient. Wanted badly to turn 50. I couldn't wait to see human cities. Vitsima, Tretogor, Novigrad.
Said one of the dwarven prisoners while pressing a bandage to a bleeding wound.
And you know the welcome that awaited me there. I was spit upon and called names. I saw ghettos, massacres. And how was I to go back to the mines after that? We must fight while we still can. Before the humans come to cut us down, we must tell the rest of ours the same. Pull all Mahakam into the fight.
Meave's soldiers stood waiting for her to protest, to accuse the dwarf of lying. But the queen could not pretend she did not understand why the dwarf had taken up arms. Without entering into a discussion, she ordered the prisoners taken to be tried and judged by their kin and elders.
See, here's the thing, if you have Black Rayleigh, she just executes the prisoners.
The dwarven parents thus got their offspring returned to them, albeit wounded and in chains. Bruva Hoog, who had limitless disdain for the Scoia'tael, demanded the dwarven youth be severely punished for succumbing to the rebels' seductive ideals.
I mean, it's like this. You take, if you have Black Rayleigh, she just executes them. Then we go back and they're unhappy with us. Bruva Hoog's like, oh, we should have done that. And Isbel's like, how could you let her kill all those dwarves? And then you could kick Black Rayleigh out then. But we kicked her out before going, because I knew this was going to happen.
In the end, the Drekthagers were sentenced to 50 years hard labor in the quarries. The Elder-in-Chief believed a half-century of swinging a pickaxe would sufficiently cool the hot heads of these would-be guerrilla fighters.
They came back alive. That's the key part.
The red-headed captain said, handing Meave a pouch as a reward.
And perchance by the time they're freed, the war twixt the races will be over, eh? What do you think, Queen?
Meave shrugged in response. Perhaps she had no opinion in the matter, or perhaps she simply did not wish to state it aloud.
But yeah, we get Big Bag of Gold. Which is a lot better than, oh yeah, Black Rayleigh murdered everyone and pissed everyone else off. Because, they were with the Scoia'tael, that was the enemy.
Might be in jail, but at least they're back. That's most important. Might be in jail, but at least they're back. That's most important.
See? That's most important. Is that they're back and not dead. And neutrality means neglecting our bonds and our duties, where we said, fitting our thumbs are low and brethren are dying in program after program. Doors from a hacker and seize arms to join the Scoia'tael. Down with the drawn. I mean, it makes sense. It's like, oh, well, we'll go see the cities. No, wait, everyone hates us. Well, we should fight against them. Nah, you could just come back and be like, well, everyone hates us. Well, let's just stay here. Could have done that, but no. So, now that we have all this gold, I'm not entirely sure what to use it on. Can't afford that. The game really wants me to do that. Definitely can't afford that. So I think I'm probably going to buy this one net, just because they'll allow me to buy that, which I can then... Now the problem with the trading post is you can't sell recruits for gold lumber, which is unfortunate. You can trade gold for recruits, which is probably the worst thing you could do. It's stupid and you shouldn't do that. You can trade gold for wood though, as well as wood for gold. We're probably gonna be needing to trade gold for wood, I mean power sites. But then again, we also need a lot of gold for that. Mesh tent's fully upgraded. Water's fully upgraded. Must need a lot of lumber for that. And that. Thing is, I don't really care for most of the engineering things. Like, I don't use foragers or alchemists, so. Probably ain't gonna use horse thieves. I mean, I do use infiltrators, but barely. I mean, this one here is probably the most useful for me because I do occasionally use pitfall traps. And having that would be decent. Damaging it by 2 charges whenever an ally is destroyed, gain 1 charge. So it's not bad, honestly. I mean, the mantlet is marking an ally when it's destroyed to the hand. So great for the destroy self. So it's basically like a shield. Basically. I mean, that's literally what it is. Unit dies, it doesn't die. But I mean, yeah, it's the only really useful one I'd buy, but I'm not gonna buy it yet, because it doesn't make much gold left. Just basically just waiting until we get enough to buy that. And then technically enough above it, so it's gonna be like, oh well, you spent too much gold, you can't buy this shiny trinket that costs 1,000 or something stupid. No one has anything new to say. Bird yourself down. Bird still with them. So anyway, yeah. I mean, if you think about it logically. Okay, so yeah, we made decent progress. Gonna end the video here. Yeah. That quest though. It's like pretty sure Black Riders are proof of them being scarred. Oh, whoop, she murdered everyone. And Broofer here was like, "Arr." And Israel's was like, no, you murdered helpless dwarves that didn't know better. And everyone was upset. So that's why we left her behind. Cause, yeah. Anyway, next time, more Thronebreaker. And whatever else we have on the backlog. Hey, so much to do.